Worlds 2019. Had it been for me actually having a passport, this video would be a lot different, but we're not going to talk about that. I'm not going to sulk over that. Minor setbacks for major comebacks, ladies and gentlemen, and you guys want to know, hey, TheCaliEffect, what is going to win Worlds? And even more importantly, I have a World Appreciation event coming up. It combines the TCG list with the OCG list. If a card is lowest at one particular list, it's lowest on this Worlds list. And also, every single card that is native to a certain region or exclusive is banned. So it completely changes the landscape of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta for a certain amount of time. One would have to wonder, what are the best decks of this format? But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, not only am I going to be talking about the decks that could potentially win Worlds, the decks that you guys should be using to get that sick mat and field center. I'm TheCaliEffect, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, then go destroy that subscribe button. But more importantly, go hit that notification bell because, well, we just too strong. Also want to give a special thanks to every single one of my Patreons. Without you guys, videos like this would not be possible. And also a mad shout out to our newest Patreons, just to name a few, Devin Wowler and Mike Hook. There are so many more. Welcome to the clan. Make sure you guys add yourself to that Discord as well as me, so I can get you to the top dog so you can take advantage of all your rewards. Without further ado, I present to you the best decks for the Worlds format. Now, the crazy thing about this list is that the OCG has given us an inside track on some of the more powerful decks of this World list. Seeing that the OCG is a little bit more restrictive than the TCG, you can get a good feeling on what decks are still going to be really powerful, such as Solomon Great. While it did still lose the Solomon Great Gazelle as well as your Solomon Great Search spell card, the deck only needs 2 level 3 monsters to make a board. But as you guys have seen in the Zombie World versus Solomon Great matchup, which can closely resemble a Worlds list, you can still pretty much pop off with all of your plays. And since the only hand trap that is limited is Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, you can still play all of the other hand traps to your leisure, other than no material, of course, and being able to disrupt your opponent. Solomon Greats are still really strong into this format because it's a little less consistent, but look at it. Almost every deck on this Worlds list has been hit in some way, shape, or form and is limited themselves. I would expect Solomon Great to become in the top 2 or top 4, but that's just me. I think that this fire deck is one of the best decks in this format still. Now, the next strategy shouldn't really have too much of a question to it. It's been dominating our Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game for the good portions of a year. Sky Striker only has Sky Striker Mobilize Engage Semi-Limited as well as Widow Anchor. Sky Striker Mecha Modules Multi-Roll is at 3 on this forbidden list. Keep in mind, I actually had to backtrack and double check myself, is that we're using the previous TCG forbidden list, not this current one. So Sky Strikers are pretty much OCG Sky Strikers right now. Pretty much able to do whatever they want, whenever they want, and however they want. It's probably the best deck of this current format for the Worlds list. Just because it does have the flexibility of Sky Striker Mecha Modules Multi-Roll, being able to set those cards back to your side of the field. Sky Striker Mobilize Engage being the 2 isn't really much of a big deal. The deck has access to cards like Card of Demise, which the newer variant is playing and people are starting to playtest with, and Widow Anchor the 2 isn't that bad either, because again, multi-rolls is at 3, so as long as you can recur those cards back to your side of the field, Sky Strikers just might still be really powerful inside of this forbidden list. The deck that skates by nearly unscathed by the forbidden list is Guru Control. Now, Subterror Guru is a really powerful card, being able to flip monsters face down and itself having a flip effect of adding one of the best hand traps in the game in Subterror Fiendus, which not only is a searchable hand trap, allows you to flip your Guru back face down so you can search another one. The premise of the deck is pretty much 3, 6, 9, maybe 11 cards, with your Subterror trap card being able to boost your Guru to an insane amount of attack, flip it face down, and give it other effects. And then your Hidden City able to search either Subterror monster, whether you need the hand trap in a pinch or you just need your Guru to search your hand trap. Did I forget that the filled spell can flip your monster's face up for even more devastating effects? After that, you just play tons and tons of disruption cards, whether you guys decide to play hand traps, super polymerization, because it's at 2 in this list, or you can just play regular traps to disrupt your opponent. I think the only difference now is that Solemn Strike is at 2, and Solemn Judgment, I believe, is at 1. So it'll be a little bit different if you are playing in this new format, going back to the older format and playing the OCG's restrictions. But Guru still has it in the bag, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's pretty much it for potentially the best decks of the Worlds list. If I'm missing a deck, go ahead and post down below in the comment section. I think right now we're going to start talking about those sleeper decks that nobody really sees coming because the combined list or some cards not on the list previously before for the TCG kind of just is in our hindsight. PK Fire is stronger than Orcust right now. I never thought I'd say that, but Nightmare Mermaid is forbidden on the list. What are you going to do with those Orcust cards? Well, you can use Dante, Traveler of the Burning Abyss, to send those Orcust cards to the graveyard to pop off with your plays. And you can still make Rusty Bardish plays. Also, your PK cards combine really well with your Burning Abyss cards because PK Fire was always a thing, providing you free level 3 monsters to your side of the field as long as you special summon monsters or Burning Abyss monsters to your side of the field that were negated, or you make Cherubini of the Burning Abyss to your side of the field. This deck is actually a lot better than what people will give it credit for. You can run an Orcust engine, a PK engine, a Burning Abyss engine, and since Nightmare Mermaid's banned, this is probably the most viable way to play the deck. Altergeist has Multi-Faker at 1, which is a hole in everyone's heart. I actually really do like Altergeist. I think they are a very fun deck to play, and Multi-Faker at 1 does seem like a downer. And then you also look at it in personal spoofing at 2, you're like, TheCaliEffect, how can this be a sleeper? Because no one sees it coming. This deck has been hit so many times, and it's still pretty decent to get the meta. You only need Multi-Faker pretty much once. There's ways to recycle that card like Dormant Path, getting that Spellcaster monster back to your hand, which can also recur cards like Effect Failure, and you also still have a ton of traps to play with. Not to mention that the other decks are hit too, so it's almost like an even playing field. Altergeist can be a pretty good sleeper deck inside of this format. Now, so people won't complain, I feel like I gotta put the obligatory pendulum post. If I don't mention pendulums, there'll always be some keyboard warrior type of TheCaliEffect. You forgot the pendulum deck, it's so strong. Well, it's pretty good. Thunder Dragon aren't as good as they are in the TCG than in the OCG, even though they deserve to be on this list too because they still top somehow. This pendulum deck pretty much does it. I mean, yes, you do have Dark Worm limited to 1, Pendulum Call limited to 1, and a host of other problems that you have to deal with, but yes, Pendulum can hypothetically do it. I would like to swiftly transition right to Thunder Dragons because this deck just confuses me. We're literally playing OCG Thunder Dragons and the deck is still topping. Like, I don't understand how it works. Maybe it's just because of Maxi, that's what a lot of players have been saying, but just the fact that Thunder Dragon still exists in the OCG, I gotta give it a little bit of light in the TCG. The very last deck that I want to talk to you guys about is Mech Knight. Now, everybody says, hey, TheCaliEffect, you are a Mech Knight player for real. You gotta mention it in every list. And I gotta say, you're partially true. I have to mention Mech Knight in every list, but the only hint to Mech Knights is Nightmare Mermaid. So yeah, there we have it. That's it. You can literally freely play Mech Knight. Maybe not Mech Knight Invoked, but you can freely play Mech Knight. Almiraj did get his banned on the list, so yeah. You play Mech Knight and you win, all right? That's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to say. I gotta mention it though. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of The TheCaliEffect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. And if you really did, consider joining the Patreon. Our clan is too strong. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day like I am.